Day, ladies and gentlemen, little sisters and brothers. Due to the recent addition to our overall sign of the times theory, in this case to me, our Jewish brothers and sisters are chock full of demons and are actively communicating with the known demonic forces of the netherworld. Why are they doing this, you ponder? To release all the disembodied spirits banished there, so that the spirit of their long-awaited Messiah can, as my theory addition states, as their long-awaited Messiah's spirit can inhabit and become a ghost in the machine that will rule the world. Well, the way little Miss Ivy and I figured, with the addition of this important information, it would only be prudent to take the time to find out what our Jewish brothers and sisters have to say in regard to how his spirit got down there in the first place. So saying that, according to 13 Petals, we've gone over this one again, under Mashiach, Satan, Sitra, Atra, Klippat. That's Satan, next word S-I-T-R-A, next word A-C-H-R-A, next word K-L-I-P-P-O-T. Perceptual context. According to the official Chabad.org website, under Klippat and Sitra, Atra, cutting to chases and letting the beat rock. Listen closely. Quote, King Solomon in Song of Songs describes this state as, personal quote, black but beautiful. As the soul descends into the bleakness and confusion of this world, it realizes that its descent is for the purpose of ascent. Its descent into the body is dark, yet beautiful in terms of fulfillment of the purpose in creation. The greater the darkness, the stronger the forces of evil. The brighter is the transformation of that darkness into brilliance. This is where that spirit mapping and territorial warfare originated. Let's continue. Quote, Kabbalah uses the term Klippat, K-E-L-I-P-A-H, to describe evil. Literally, Klippat means a peel or shell, as in the peel of a fruit. Kabbalah divides everything in this world into either Sitra, I'm going to call it Sitra D, which means the side of holiness, or Sitra Archa, I'm going to say Sitra A, which is the side of impurity. Example, I threw the first part in just to piss the colors off. But as you can clearly hear and hopefully perceive, we are on the right track with the understanding that not only is our Jewish brothers and sisters' spiritual thought processes, thus the plow their hands are attached to, is polar opposite of righteousness, but their long-awaited Messiah is a bona fide netherworldian king. Now that we have an understanding what our subject is talking about, let's begin with the 13 Petals teachings to see why their Messiah spirit resides in Hades, under Mashiach, descending into the Klippat, Gehenna. It's a little confusing at the very beginning, but answers itself very quickly. Quote, citing a passage in Zohar Hadash, the Ramchal wrote that what was meant by Pharaoh's decree that all newborn males were to be cast into the river, and by the concealment of Moshe in the ark of bulrushes, was the retention of, personal quote, the light of the Torah and, personal quote, the spirit of the Mashiach in Garden of Eden. This surprising exposition has no support in the passage in the Zohar on which it is alleged to be based on, or in Lazerto's lame explanation of the subject matter of the exposition. Don't worry. They're not dissing it. Keep going. Let's keep going. The casting into the river is made to apply to the degradation of esoteric secrets. That is to say, Pharaoh's orders, which is cast him into the river, is understood as alluding to the decree that the secrets of the Torah should be cast out and be merged in exile. None of the three passages contain any reference to the Garden of Eden, but it contains the key to the understanding of his true intentions. Now, listen up. Which he declared he had purposely obscured. Listen to this madness. I had to say that to get to this madness. I was trying to figure out how do I cut that out, but I couldn't. You'll see. I had to say it. Listen to this madness. Quote, what he really meant by, personal quote, the river was the abyss of the Kilpa, the evil spirits known as the husk. And since the secrets of the Torah and the soul of the Mashiach were being held captive in the prison of the Sitra Archer for so long as the temple lay in ruins and Israel was in exile, it was said of them that they were cast into the river. I'm going to read that again. Listen to this shit. Oops, I didn't even say that. Listen to this. What he really meant by the river was the abyss of the Kilpa, the evil spirits known as the husk. And since the secrets of the Torah and the soul of the Mashiach were being held captive in the prison of the Sitra Archer for so long as the temple lay in ruins and Israel was in exile, it was said of them that they were cast into the river. Listen up, listen up. As for the Kabbalist scholars who sought to obtain a knowledge of the mysteries hidden in the river of the husk, they too must cast themselves into it in order to extract those mysteries. Stop! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Translation. To obtain knowledge from their Messiah, our Jewish brothers and sisters knowingly swan dive into the pool of darkness. But is Little Miss Ivy the only person to notice? By them saying, quote, the soul of the Mashiach was being held captive in the prison of the Sitra Archer, that can only mean they know their Messiah was once a very rude boy. Not only that, by them saying, quote, soul of the Mashiach was being held captive in the prison of the Sitra Archer for so long as the temple lay in ruins and Israel was in exile, can only mean this is the real reason why the Luciferian Christian Zionist dominionists are hell-bent, pun intended, on rebuilding their second temple. Notice how I said that. Stay tuned. They believe their Messiah's glint will be released, well, Allspark, will be released from Hades when it's complete. But I know, Sister Erica, I'm still colored. And that can only mean I better have white man approved proof. I got that. Let's continue for more clues, shall we? Check out this madness. It's truly wickedly amazing. Personal quote. The son that is born is the Moshe Mashiach, by which designation is meant that, personal quote, when the temple was destroyed, truly the Mashiach was born, as it is well known. Contained within the spirit of the Mashiach were secrets of the Torah and holy powers, which had to be known and understood in order to bring about the redemption. But the Holy One, blessed be He, decreed that during the exile, personal quote, the transmission of the divine spirit to the Mashiach will be blocked, and he will be unable to draw the initiations down into Israel as he should, but will be cast into the river. Even though we know it's a demon, They believe he was born after we were gone and is currently imprisoned in Hades. Buckle up, buttercups. Quote, thus, so long as the Mashiach and the secrets of the Torah he carried with him. Let me say it again. Thus, so long as the Mashiach and the secrets of the Torah he carried within him remain plunged in the river of the husk of evil, the exile will continue. And therefore, personal quote, the reapers of the field, Kabbalists, were given the ability to attach themselves to them, the husk, and all to be contained within the spirit of the Messiah. They telling you, man, these motherfuckers. Sorry. They telling you, though, these suckers are full of demons. And to hold strongly to him so that they should all be cast into the river Hades. They all want to go to hell. What the, man, these cats are, wow. And that it is tikkun, which is a sorcery chant, which I am expounding to you. And so they will receive there what is properly for them to receive, and afterwards bring it down, and will be called masculine, which is enlightened or enlighteners. Listen up. Listen up. And the reason that the scriptural expression teshakumu, which is cast him, has become some other word, which is enlighten him, is that they, the possessed, are perfected through the mystical actions of the Saphira, which is the Kabbalah tree of life deities, so as subsequently to bestow this bounty on others. Listen up. In freeing the captive secrets from dominion of the husk, you know what they're saying. Let me say it again. In freeing the captive secrets from dominion of the husk, the netherworld, they would also liberate the soul of the Mashiach and help him to complete the redemption. Personal quote. For the Mashiach is called Tishdek, which is righteous, as in the allusion in scriptures. Personal quote. He is righteous and saved. Zechariah 9:9. It don't say that, but it don't mean that, what he's talking about. And those who hold fast to his strength are called something. Tegazidim, righteous ones. And that was out of Messianic Mysticism by Isaiah Tishby. Stop. Bingo. Man, let me tell you this.